away from the leader. Third, Umming and Ahhing. Fourth place, Tawala. Demi Point's getting right away in the closing stages here. Under Jack Mitchell, going to score well for Roger Varian's stable. Demi Point wins by 5 or 6 lengths. That has to go down as pretty impressive.
Storm Gold towards the near Dream for Gold, I should say, kept going near side. Silencer behind them. Squealer trying to pick up on the far side. It's Chantreve on debut. Near side Dream for Gold. Between horses is Squealer coming with an effort as they go inside the final half furlong. Squealer's hit the frontier and starts to career on, and Squealer will go on to lift the opener to Dream for Gold in second over on the
final furlong, and it's Chantrave being pressed by Teffy. Sarah Dawn in third, and these three drawing clear from Sea Breezes, and then another bar from the rear with Chantrave still in front. Teffy's trying hard with Sarah Dawn, but not getting to Chantrave. Chantrave striding away to win comfortably and beat Teffy, who's second again.
Cat and
course of the winter. They've teamed up to a lot of success. I've seen plenty of James Tate trained horses at the likes of Chelmsford doing really well, and he has just got his horses in a really good place on the all-weather, and it's just whether they can transfer all that good form now back onto the turf. But as I mentioned, Ross Orion and James Tate, they've had a good start to this year, and Ross Orion now out on his own with no retainer, free agent now, means that he's trying to get on the best horses he can do, and he looks like he's got the best horse in the field here, and he'll be hoping to get a nice winner to start the day.
And there they are down at the start in the rain, I'm afraid to say. There's a bit of dig in the ground currently, and I mean, it's not getting any better, that is fair to say. They have arrived down at the start, and this is how they're looking. 11 to 4 is Popular Dream, Bright is 7 to 2, Fair Wind is 7 to 2, Medici Chapel 6 to 1, 10s and bigger the rest. So, Jess, Popular Dream is out to 11 to 4, a touch easy to back. Bright has been well supported on debut for Harry and Roger Charlton, David Probert in the saddle. And Fair Wind, interestingly hooded for this debut, is just eased out to 4 to 1, but nothing major there. There's a bit of money for Umming and Ahhing. All in all, it's an active enough market with money notably for Bright, and Popular Dream, Jessie's out to 3 to 1.
Yeah, easy enough to back Popular Dream, isn't he? Bright just got a little bit fractious as David Probert went to get on board, and he just had to be just given a little bit of encouragement just to relax a little bit. But David Probert got on board, and that just sort of helped him out. But just sort of thinking about things as he left the paddock, but then settled as he cantered down to start. And he is an interesting one for Harry and Roger Charlton, as you mentioned, and just well bred, as I mentioned in the paddock. He's a half brother to the yard's very useful Sinjari, who is a 10 furlong horse. So interesting that Bright starts life over 5 furlongs, but we know that Star Spangled Banner, the sire, can produce the likes of Flotus, a very good sprinter, and there's speed in the family. And yeah, we'll be interested to see how he gets on here coming out of stall 7. Fair Wind, who is hooded for the first time, again got a lot of speed on his dam side, and also being by Tasleet, he's just speedy everywhere. And he looked very well himself. He's got that hood on for the first occasion. But I don't think that this was a one-horse race at all. Obviously, Popular Dream was fancied on debut and comes from a yard that has thrived on the all-weather this winter. So I'm intrigued to see him and how he fares on his first go on turf. I think Umming and Ahhing and Medici Chapel should make this a fair test of speed, and they both have a decent level of form to win a race of this nature, definitely. But I'll be interested to see how the newcomers develop. There were a few horses that I think possibly could come forward with a bit of a winter break, the likes of Sarah Dawn and Storm Fox. Storm Fox, the filly, the daughter of Bungle in the Jungle, had 2 educational runs last year, and I just think could benefit possibly from the winter. She was very, very green on both her starts and just sort of learning on the job. and those were quite nice events. So I don't think it would be out of the ordinary to see her show up well here. She looked like she had developed over the winter, and that's what is always intriguing to see, the horses that have had that good winter break, the 2-year-olds turning into 3-year-olds, how they've developed and physically how they're looking. But it will be a test of stamina a little bit here as the rain is really getting into the ground. We've got good to soft officially, soft in places, but I think as the clerk of the course, Tom Ryle, was saying to us, that any bit of rain will get into it and will turn it officially soft. So I wouldn't be surprised if we might even get a going change as the rain continues to come down here at Nottingham for the first of the 7 turf events. And as we can see, there are a few more left to go into the stalls. I think Popular Dream still holding on to favouritism at 3-1. Bright now 130, plenty of support for him. He's clearly well touted to go well on his first show here on the racetrack. But I think we've only got a couple left to go forward, and that includes the favourite Popular Dream. He definitely was my pick of the paddock. Let's see how he fares here. But we will go up to commentary for the first time this afternoon with Stephen Powell.
Thank you very much indeed, Jess. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Bit of a damn cold afternoon here at Collick Park. So in goes Umming and Ahring, almost there, into stall 6. Popular Dream will go into 8, and Storm Fox is also still out the back, incidentally, as well. Popular Dream with a big white face going into 8. Here's Storm Fox being offered up to 4, and he will be the last one. Bright now the 9-4 favourite after strong support in the betting from 5-1. And Storm Fox just proving a shade reluctant to go forward. The other 8 are all in. And in fairness to them, standing pretty patiently, including the 4 newcomers. And Storm Fox is just backing away again, very much on edge. The handlers doing their level best to get this filly forward now, but she is not playing ball. Still working on it, but at the moment struggling to even get her within the vicinity of the starting stalls. Blindfold gone on. Still no movement from the other 8, all being very well behaved at the moment. Right, here goes Storm Fox with the blindfold. And that hasn't particularly helped either, unfortunately. They got a bit closer that time, but nowhere near close enough. She surely won't have too many more chances, you'd assume now. Turned again. Offered up once more. Getting closer. She's in. Handler clears the track. That's it. We're all set. And they're away, racing them for the first of the 2023 season here at Nottingham with the visitracingtv.com maiden stakes. A very good start by Medici Chapel over towards the far side. Umming and Ahring is also there. Popular Dream away to the left in the red and white, also fairly handy as well, as they're racing almost in 2 groups here. The far side group is Umming and Ahring, Medici Chapel, Storm Fox and Victor's Dream. Near side under the rail is Popular Dream from Fair Wind. They're being followed through by Bright in third. Serradon is hard under the rail, just in behind those, and then further back at the rear is Jim Crack Warrior. They're already coming down to the final 2, and it's Umming and Ahring, Storm Fox, Medici Chapel on the extreme right with the blue cap. Popular Dream under the stands rail from Fair Wind. Bright has now been switched out. Further back to Serradon, Victor's Dream and Jim Crack Warrior last of all, racing down to the final 200 yards. Fair Wind on the near side, Umming and Ahring the far side, and these 2 with Serradon under the rail finishing strongly. Umming and Ahring and Serradon going on in the run to the line. Umming and Ahring on the far side of Serradon. Umming and Ahring beat Serradon. Fair Wind third and Medici Chapel was fourth.
Umming and Ahring is off the mark here for Gina Mangan, and Bill Turner is the winner of the first turf action here at Nottingham, and gets the better of Sarah Dawn and the newcomer Fair Wind, with Medici Chapel, who showed plenty of speed early on, was fourth. But Umming and Ahhring, who was quick out the gates and had the benefit of plenty of experience under his belt, and came here with an official rating of 70. He was back in novice company here this afternoon, and his experience definitely benefited. There were plenty of keen horses in behind, including the likes of the well-supported Bright, and also Fair Wind, who definitely settled down in the closing stages in the race and finished his race off nicely. I suppose the disappointing one has to have been the favourite Popular Dream, who was down this near rail, didn't really pick up, potentially was just finding it tricky on this softer ground. Sarah Dawn was one that finished off really nicely with the rattle on this near side rail, and finished off the race the best of the bunch for George Bass. But at this stage, Umming and Ahhring had got first run on the rest of the field, and the horse was able just to keep the rest at bay. And coming here off the back of a gelding procedure has clearly done this horse a world of good, and was able to see off the rest of the challengers. We'll just see here down the middle of the track, you can see the well-supported Bright, who was just learning on the job a little bit and was given quite an educational ride. He picked up pieces late on. I think Fair Wind was given a very nice, encouraging run as well. And also the filly who was causing a bit of problem, Storm Fox, who, when she did get in the gate, she was fine and settled and came out quite quickly as well. And she showed lots of bright speed, but she definitely showed that she will be able to come forward from this run as well. But it's Umming and Ahhring for Gina Mangan and Bill Turner, who has been able to get on top here, and Sarah Dawn, who definitely is the one to take out of this race. I thought came home really strongly. But all smiles for Gina Mangan here, who has landed our opening event here at Nottingham, Tom.
Yeah, she might be all smiles. Third of the season for her after that excellent year last year. Last couple of years have been excellent for her, and has won at 9-1. Umming and Ahhring. Sarah Dawn was second at 10-1, and Fair Wind was third on debut at 5-1. A reminder of worsening ground there. That time was 6.37 outside for these young horses, 3-year-old horses. And it's only going to be getting worse as well. So, it's looking at soft ground already and worsening.